Good morning, pilgrims. Yeah, so today I'm kind of excited because I got my inserts in the mail this week. So I'm going to put them in my shoes. The shoes I'm wearing this year are these New Balance, which I love, always love New Balance. Um, these are W840BK4, and they're double wide, size 7.5 US. I usually wear 6. These are 7.5. But they come with inserts in them, which I pull out because they're really thin and pretty much useless. And the inserts that I usually buy are New Balance Motion Control, but they don't sell them anymore. And I haven't really found anything that I like as well. And so I found these on eBay. Now, in the past, they've been in a blue box. This is a green box. I'm hoping that they're the same. They say motion control insoles. They've got a lot of features that make them really nice. And this size says, well, I think it's a women's 7.5. Oh yeah, men's 6, 6.5, women's 7.5, 8. And that's usually what I buy. So I'm hoping I won't have to trim them. We'll see. This is what they look like. I don't know if you can see that or not, but what I love is, let's see, how can I show you? It's got this, I don't know if you can see this lump in the middle. There's a support right here. And it goes right in my, I have a very high instep, so it supports that instep really nicely. And it's got a heel cup that I like. That's really nice. So we'll see. And then there's a nice pad here that's a gel pad. They are made in China, not in the USA. But I'm curious now to see if they're going to fit in my shoe, because I'll tell you what, if they don't, if they're too big and you have to trim them, you have to really be careful when you trim them, because if, that's the one I took out. Let me see how they look compared to the other one. They're actually a little shorter than the other one, just a tiny bit. That could be an issue because pretend that this is your shoe, the inside of your shoe, and this is the motion control. If there's a space like this on the side or anywhere, what happens is your foot can get stuck between the shoe and the insert and pinch when you walk and cause a blister. So I'm hoping that's not going to happen. Let's put this in and see what happens. I'm in a weird setup now. I got a new screen for my computer, and it's awkward because I'm looking at my computer right now, but the screen is actually over there. So, whoops, I'm putting in the wrong one. It helps if you put the left into the left and the right into the right. So I took out the old insert, and I'm loosening the laces really well so I can get my hands down in there. These shoes, by the way, are 840 version 4s. New Balance 840 version 4. And it just happens to be the shoe that I like. There are a lot of different shoes. I love New Balance. They've always done well for me. But I realize that there are a lot of other shoes that people like. Okay, so I'm feeling now up in with this motion control insert in here. So far, it feels pretty good. I do feel some space, which freaks me out a little bit, up, especially up here on this toe. We'll see what happens. I may, if that is a problem, what I'll do is, before I go, I'm going to order some lamb's wool from Amazon.com. I always carry lamb's wool with me. And I'll stuff it down in that space and fill that space in if it becomes a problem. But so far, so good. So that's how they work. You just stick them in. You be sure and take out the old ones and then put the new ones in. It's already out of that one. That's kind of funny. Maybe I took them out earlier. Okay, let's see. I'll stick this one in. No. I swear. The other thing that happened to me this week is I got new glasses and I got progressives, and I've never had progressives. I've always worn bifocals. But my eyes are getting really bad. I've got cataracts. They're not good enough. They're not bad enough for surgery yet, the doctor says, maybe next year. But in the meantime, geez, I just feel blind as a bat sometimes. And with these damned progressives, I wore them for a drive yesterday and I couldn't see street signs. I felt like I was drunk or something. It was really weird. Okay, this one doesn't feel very good. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm going to stop the camera and see if I can get this in here a little better. Okay, I'm back. So I got the motion control. Now these feel funny when you first put them on because of that lump that goes right in your instep. You know, you're not used to feeling that support, and they do feel kind of awkward. So far, these feel pretty good. I'm lacing them up now. And what I'm going to do is I will wear these around. I won't wear them in the garden or anywhere where I'm going to get them really dirty, but I'll wear them around the house. I'll wear them on walks because I leave in 3 weeks. And if I'm going to have any problems with them, I want to have the problems before I get on the Camino. So I'll wear these shoes around for 2 or 3 weeks and make sure I don't have any hot spots or any blister spots and just see how they do. But so far they feel pretty good. I'm happy. So that's it. They're just inserts. Now you can get any kind of gel insert. You know, on the Camino, you'll be on soft track a lot. People have preferences. Some people like walking on the road. Some people like soft track. I like a combination. If I walk on the road too long, then I do tend to get blisters. I have one little toe that sits over the top of my next toe, and often I'll get a blister there. And in that case, I'll put one of those gel tubes on both toes to separate them, and that seems to work for me. Some people use toe socks. I can't use those. I guess I have fat toes, and it cuts off the circulation and makes it worse. But these inserts help save your feet from the pounding they'll get going over rocks and rough terrain, and also from the pounding they'll get if you're walking the road. So I think it's really smart to get your shoes 1.5 to 2 sizes too big, or probably 1.5, and get a nice gel insert, nice fat gel insert to protect the bottom of your feet. Because, you know, we're not used to walking 6 hours a day every day, and your feet are going to be in shock for a day or two till you get used to it. So anyway, that's my solution, is to get gel inserts. I like motion control. They don't make them anymore. I don't know what New Balance offers that's different. Since COVID, I haven't been to the New Balance store. Maybe I'll stop by there. I'm going to go into Portland a few days before I leave on Camino. I leave on Camino on the 11th of April. And probably around the 5th, I'll drive into Portland because I want to get a good haircut before I go. And maybe I'll stop at REI now that they're probably open. Or not REI, I'm sorry, at the New Balance store. And see what they have that replaces their motion control. The other thing the motion control inserts are good for is if you have ankles that tend to want to turn in. This little lump that I showed you in the insert holds your ankles straight, so they have less inclination to turn in. So that's it. This has been a short and not very professional video as usual. I'm really tired and I'm really ready for this Camino. I haven't had a break from caring for my mom in almost 2 years now. I think I had 1-2 day break when I went to the coast. So I'm really anxious and ready for this Camino. I'm shutting down my Facebook group until I get back in June. In June, you can check and see if it's up again. It should be back up in June. And the reason I'm doing that is because Facebook is requiring some protection plan. And because I don't use my regular phone number in Spain, I won't be able to access it. And if I don't get one of those protection plans, because there are so many people in the group, they've threatened to shut down my Facebook page. And I don't want that to happen. So the other 2 options are to purchase an actual physical key of some weird thing, or to purchase a plan, and I don't want to purchase anything. And the last option is to use your telephone for 2-step authentication, and I can't do that because I won't have the same phone number. So I'm just going to shut down the group. I'm not going to remove all the information. I'll leave it up there. And then in June when I return, I'll reopen the group and people can rejoin if they want. By then I'll be home and I can use my phone for the two-factor authentication. So if you're in the group and you plan on going on Camino before June, then copy as much information as you can. All you need really is my blog spot, because you can do searches on it for the things that I've posted on. And then subscribe to my videos, because there's a lot of information in these videos. And you should be fine. Don't worry. You know, you're going to get on that Camino. You're scared to death, a lot of you. And you'll get on the Camino, and in 2 or 3 days, you'll be an old hand, and you'll go, what was I so worried about? If I can do it, and I'll be 70 this year, you can do it. You'll be fine. Okay, that's all the information I have for you today. I hope you have a buen Camino.